Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place that takes that stack of sources you have and, well, gives you the shortcut.
Yeah, cutting right to the chase.
And today, we're looking at something that feels, well, less like a simple update and maybe more like a hostile takeover
Almost.
of the whole e-commerce world. Right?
For years, right, we've used things like ChatGPT as, an idea machine, maybe a coding buddy, research tool.
Steal your territory.
But now, based on everything we're seeing, it's just finished this transformation into something, well, way more direct, more disruptive.
A transaction engine, straight up.
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack how this new instant checkout feature from OpenAI is really set to change, fundamentally, where we shop online, how traffic flows.
The big shift.
We're digging into the official launch details, started with Etsy, and now rapidly moving across Shopify merchants. Okay, so let's just unpack this core surprise for a second. This isn't just like a new button you click.
No, not at all. It feels like they just spun up a massive working marketplace. Almost overnight.
And that's the kicker, isn't it? The scale. The shock isn't just the tech, it's who they plugged it into.
Right.
You're not watching some startup try to find users. ChatGPT has what? Roughly 700 million weekly active users already?
700 million. That's a massive chunk of global consumers who already know how to use the thing.
Exactly. And the sources we looked at, they detail that these users are having something like 75.6 million product-related chats every single week.
75 million conversations about buying stuff weekly.
Think about that volume of intent.
Yeah, if you annualize that, I mean, the number of product queries is just huge.
We're talking close to 4 billion product queries a year. You compare that to, established players.
Yeah.
It's like they instantly opened a virtual supermarket, fully stocked, ready for literally billions of potential sales.
And look who they launched with. Not random sellers. Very strategic choices.
Absolutely. They hit two really critical segments of online retail. First, Etsy.
Right, the unique stuff.
Yeah.
Handmade, hard to find things.
Exactly. Where discovery is tricky, people want something special. And then, boom, Shopify.
The platform for, what, over 1 million independent stores?
Yeah, everything from tiny shops to huge brands. Glossier, Skims, Spanx, Vuori. They're all there. So the AI instantly got access to just millions and millions of unique products.
Okay, let's talk money then, the financial impact. Because these numbers, they don't just put OpenAI on the e-commerce map.
They redraw the map.
Yeah. Even if you're conservative, the potential GMV, the gross merchandise volume, it's just staggering. How big are we talking, like right now?
Well, the initial projections are startling, mostly because of the speed. It's not just the final number.
Yeah.
Marketplace Pulse ran the numbers. Let's take a super conservative guess, right? A low 2% conversion on those 75 million weekly chats.
Okay, 2%. Seems low, maybe.
Could be. But even with that, and say an average order of just $70, that's $5.5 billion in annual GMV.
$5.5 billion, just like that. Added a checkout feature to a chat tool. But, okay, let me push on that. $5 billion.
Yeah.
It sounds big, but compared to the Amazons of the world, it's still kind of small, right?
Yeah.
Why should we really care now?
Because of how fast it happened. That $5.5 billion, that's roughly half of Etsy's entire global market size.
Half of Etsy.
It happened, like, instantly. Now, think about Amazon. It took them, 25 years to build up their third-party marketplace? Which is huge now, nearly $600 billion GMV.
Right, decades of work.
OpenAI just showed up as a direct competitor in that same space in, well, feels like a weekend, doesn't it?
That speed is the story here.
Yeah.
And it's possible because of a pretty deep tech integration, right? It's not just sending you off to some website with a link.
No, absolutely not. That's the crucial bit. If it were just an affiliate link, okay, it pushes traffic.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
But here, Shopify's real-time data, we're talking current price, stock levels, images, different styles, colors, all that gets fed directly into the chat system.
So the AI knows what's actually available.
Yes. It's not just guessing or saying, hey, maybe check the store out. It's confirming, yep, that dark, wrinkle-free dress with pockets you want.
Yes.
It's in stock in your size right now. Click here to buy.
It handles the whole decision process. Verification, inventory, all inside the chat.
Facilitates the whole thing. That's the leap.
And speaking of facilitating, This is also a brand new revenue stream for OpenAI, isn't it?
Yeah.
Beyond just the ChatGPT Plus subscriptions.
Oh, absolutely. A major one. They get a small fee, that's the term used from the brands, for every single sale made through the chat interface.
Okay.
Now, the exact percentage, that's confidential, deals with Etsy and Shopify, but it immediately sets OpenAI up as a toll collector on potentially billions in transactions down the line. It changes their whole business model.
Okay, so this tech leap, handling real-time data, one-click buying,
Yeah.
it brings us straight to the user experience. And this feels like the really big paradigm shift. We're moving away from keywords, right? The way we've searched online for like 20 years.
Yeah, it's a move towards what we call semantic understanding. Think about it. Traditional e-commerce forces you to play keyword detective.
Totally. Black dress, party dress, cocktail dress. Ugh.
Exactly. You're just guessing keywords, hoping you stumble on the right thing.
But the AI lets you just talk, describe things. Give us that example from the source again. It was perfect.
Right. So the user doesn't type keywords. They describe the situation, the need. They can say, I need a dark dress, something good for commuting, non-wrinkle fabric, preferably with pockets, and I need it in petite.
That's a lot of layers. Commuting, fabric, features, size.
And ChatGPT gets it. It understands that whole complex semantic intent. It synthesizes function, material, features, inventory, all of it.
And that hits right where consumers are frustrated. Didn't the sources say something like 75% of people are fed up with the current shopping process?
A huge number, yeah. They hate digging through endless search results.
Yeah.
And this addresses why. When they polled people on why they'd use AI for shopping, the top reason, like 22%, was saving time.
Not even finding the cheapest price.
That was only 12%. People want straight, honest answers from an AI they feel they can trust, not some algorithm clearly designed to just show them ads.
So the AI's edge is grabbing these complex needs that, Google or Amazon, which are basically still keyword-based systems.
They just can't handle that nuance, not in the same way.
But hold on, is it really that different? Or is it just a smarter search bar? Why is this truly moving beyond keywords?
Because the engine underneath is different. Generative AI uses context memory. It remembers the conversation, understands the whole picture of what you need over time, not just the last few words you typed.
Ah, okay. Context matters.
Hugely. And think about sellers, especially those unique niche ones like on Etsy. This is massive for them.
How so?
Well, their amazing product might have been totally buried before. Maybe they couldn't afford to bid on expensive keywords like black dress.
Right, they get outspent.
But now, their product can surface just because a buyer described exactly that unique thing they make. Discovery based on conversation, not ad budget.
Potentially. Potentially, without pitching for ads at all up front. Which brings us right to the big power struggle, doesn't it? Challenging the gatekeepers. Amazon, Google.
The giants who've controlled e-commerce traffic for decades.
Yeah, and let's be honest, often pushing their own stuff, messing with search ranks, charging sellers huge fees just to be seen.
Through their massive advertising businesses.
And that whole system is built on one core idea, right? Scarcity.
Exactly. Limited space on page 1 of search results. That scarcity forces sellers into bidding wars to get noticed. That's where the billions in ad revenue come from.
But OpenAI, they're coming out swinging with this big public claim. They're saying product results are naturally generated, unsponsored.
Yeah, ranked purely on relevance to what you asked for.
And crucially, they claim they only charge that small fee after you actually buy something, which tries to sidestep that whole bidding war model.
Look at Amazon's numbers to see why that's such a threat. Their ad business is enormous. Almost 10% of their total revenue. And that profit margin depends entirely on that scarcity you mentioned, limited shelf space online.
Right.
ChatGPT's chat model kind of blows that up. If the conversation is basically infinite and the AI can pull up super relevant niche products, it sort of democratizes access, doesn't it?
Yeah. It gives sellers a path to be found without needing a huge ad budget for keywords.
It disrupts the pay-to-play game. At least that's the promise right now.
Okay, but we have to talk about the long game here. You don't sit on billions of conversations about what people want to buy without thinking about monetizing it more, right?
Absolutely not. I mean, while they currently claim natural recommendation, the potential for an ad business down the road, it's obviously massive.
They're training their AI on literally billions of chats filled with buying signals. That data is gold, way more valuable than just keywords.
It's incredibly valuable. They own the dialogue, and the dialogue reveals preference, intent, context, everything advertisers dream of.
So the big question hangs there, doesn't it? Will natural recommendation eventually?
Yeah.
So you know, morph
Yeah.
into some new kind of bidding system, a new way to allocate traffic.
You have to wonder. Because the moment economic incentives start influencing those rankings, even subtly.
Then the AI isn't just a neutral helper anymore.
Exactly. It shifts from being your trusted guide to being a traffic allocator, serving the seller maybe more than the buyer.
And that's the tension we're all going to be watching, I think.
For now, though, they're challenging the giants by offering something genuinely better for the user, less annoying.
And claiming neutrality.
Claiming neutrality.
Yeah.
But the prize, that potential ad revenue from 4 billion annual product chats, it's immense. If they capture that, they could seriously challenge Amazon and Google as the main money engine for e-commerce ads.
So wrapping this up, what does this really mean for you listening? The whole power structure in e-commerce seems to be shifting pretty decisively. It feels like it's moving away from the companies that own the search bar, Amazon, Google, and towards whoever owns the consumer decision, the conversation.
Which right now looks like OpenAI.
And we, as consumers, are kind of being trained willingly to skip the old process, search, compare, click around.
Right.
And instead just rely on this personalized, all-in-one experience. Recommendation, comparison, checking stock, one-click buy, all inside the chat with the AI.
The path of least resistance just got a whole lot smoother.
Yeah.
And smarter.
It leads directly through the AI agent.
Yeah, the new path is all about convenience and, for now, trust. So think about this. When we all get used to the AI being this, impartial guide that just takes us straight to checkout, what happens to the classic online store? The website?
Do you even need to go there anymore?
Why would you? If the AI is faster, gets you better, and handles the purchase. So if AI becomes this new, supposedly neutral broker for what we want...
Uh-oh, I sense the butt coming.
Well, yeah. The question is what happens when, and I think it's when, not if, that neutrality starts getting nudged by money, by economic incentives.
Right.
The future of advertising is literally being written right now, trained by billions of our conversations about what we want to buy. We're shifting from paying for clicks on simple keywords
to paying for access based on deep contextual preference profiles.
Exactly. And whoever owns that decision-making dialogue, they own that future, something to really mull over.